There are 5 key things that make an Amazon influencer successful, and in today's video, I'm going to share exactly what they are and how they've helped me generate over $20,000 a month for the past 5 months. If you don't know me yet, my name is Andy Lee, and I founded Lypad Academy, where I share what I've learned scaling my Amazon influencer business. If you're ready to launch your business to the next level, you're in the right place. Drop a like, subscribe, and check back for next week's video. Number 1 is mindset and the long game. You got to have the right mindset. If you're thinking about this as a full-time business, you have to think of it as a business. You have to treat it as a business. And you also have to have realistic expectations. You're not going to get $20,000 right out of the park. It took me a whole year before I got my first $20,000 month and 7 months before I got my $10,000 month. So let me go ahead and share some of these numbers so you can get a realistic expectation. And now keep in mind as well that I'm doing this full-time. I quit my job about a year and a half ago, and this really gave me the impetus to really focus and go all in on this program. And so you might not be there yet, and you might not have the same privilege that I did to be able to quit your job and just start something new. But let me go ahead and share what that could look like if you did decide to do that. All right, so January, I made $0, and this was pretty much full time for probably the later half of January. It was pretty depressing at first. And so come February, it was still another full month, and I only made $109. Now, most people probably would have quit at that point, putting in 2 full months of work and only seeing $109. But like I said, it's about the long game. And fast forward, the next month it was $1,400, $1,700, and on, right? And I hit my first month in July at $10,000. Oh, by the way, this is Cha-Ching. This is a third-party independent software that you can download on the Chrome extension if you want to kind of see your earnings like this, which is pretty cool. You can kind of scroll up and down and you can see what you earned for the day. It makes a really cool Cha-Ching sound. So go ahead and check it out. But anyways, as you can see, my income really exponentially skyrocketed, and I'm going to dive into the 4 other things that really helped contribute towards this. But let me show you the recent months, starting with December, where I hit 22, almost 23,000. January dropped a little bit, and then in the month of February, we saw a little hit to 21, and then I peaked at 26,000. Keep in mind that this is mostly on-site and creator connections, with a fraction of it being off-site. Of course, there's also a bit of probably brand deals and selling products on Facebook that I earned from those brand deals and things like that. So it's not quite tracked here. I'll probably doing a full breakdown video in the future. So kind of check out this link below or above, just in case I have that video published already. Another thing about the right mindset is also being able to adapt. Amazon is constantly changing the way it works. As many of you know, in April, there was a pretty big hit to earnings and the rates. And so I saw a definite impact as well. My commissions dropped, and I thought that peak of 26 was going to continue to go up, but I came back down to $21,000. That is something to keep in mind, that you're always going to have to adapt and shift your strategy as you see what Amazon is doing, and being able to diversify, which I'll talk a little bit more about later as well. Another part of the long game is to be compliant with Amazon's terms of service and the Federal Trade Commission, because if you're not going to follow the rules, you're going to pretty soon be out of the game entirely. Number 2 is creating high quality content. But what does that actually mean? You must have been hearing this quite a lot lately, especially with all the changes with Amazon happening. And so for high quality content, what that means to me is solving the customer's problem, demonstrating the product, answering their questions. And what it really comes down to, though, is getting the customer to click off your video and purchase the product. Because guess what? If they watch your video and they decide to go watch another one, or if they click off your video and decide not to purchase, you're not going to be earning. And so there are a few ways to maximize that profit. And the first one is to extend view duration or increase your average view duration overall. And there's a lot of different tactics to do that. I'm going to be sharing an in-depth video of what that looks like as far as high quality content. But essentially, you want to keep them watching, and you want to be able to maximize the potential to have your video on the top carousel. Before I get to the top carousel, there's another school of thought, is whether there's authenticity versus like high production. And there's always that argument of what the customer is looking for. And honestly, it's really up to you. See what works, because for me, 75% of my videos are scripted. And I think it works for me is because it helps me be clear in what I have to say about the product. I don't have to think too much about the words that I need to say. I've already typed out my script. I know what I'm going to say, and it's right there. And it's clear and crisp, and I can deliver it. Versus when I'm talking kind of offhand, there's a lot of uhs and ums and breaks and pauses that may not go well over a video, and people may kind of click off or get bored. And so that's why I believe in scripts. I believe in high production value, editing. I believe in pattern interrupts, because oftentimes if you're stuck on one take, client is just going to get bored and just swipe away or click off. You got to be able to interrupt the pattern every 30 to 45 seconds to keep them interested and keep them watching. Number 3 is winning the top carousel. Now, I mentioned earlier, how do you win the top carousel? The biggest theory right now is average watch duration. And my friend, Data Claire Coach, did a whole bunch of analysis to show that this is a significant factor in how well our videos place. And so what that means is that when you're developing your strategy to film your product and to demonstrate your product, there are a few key elements that you can focus on. I think the biggest one is the hook. In the first 15 seconds, does your hook validate the click? Is it congruent with what they saw on the title and the thumbnail? If not, they might click off and it's too clickbaity. But it is congruent and it's going to continue on. That's when you explain what they expect to see in the video. This is where I add a lot of B-roll, make sure I have a lot of shots of what they can see and up ahead as far as demonstration of the product and really close-up views of the product itself. And then finally, sometimes I'll slip in a second hook. For example, here's 3 crucial things you need to know about this air purifier, so stick around to the end because it might change your decision. I think that enumerating the 3 crucial things will keep them watching until they hear all 3 things, and that also extends average watch duration. But all of this is to say that the top carousel is prime placement because everyone's going to be seeing your video there in the top carousel versus the lower carousel, which is a little bit more random. Number 4, building a team and a system. And so it is so important to find the right people on your team, whether it's a tax professional to help with your taxes, or maybe a neighbor kid that can help put furniture together for you, or hiring a virtual assistant so that they can do all the administrative tasks so that you can focus on the high ROI activities like actually producing content. Having a system for everything is also crucial. I like to batch things. I'll batch film on certain days where I'll just produce like 10 videos for 10 different products versus days where I'm just organizing and cleaning things around the house, breaking down boxes and making sure they're ready for the recycle bin. There's also systems that you build with your team. I have 4 virtual assistants, and if I didn't have any systems to communicate and work with them, it would just be a total mess. Check out this video here because I'm going to be doing a full in-depth video on the day of a VA, what they actually do for me, and why it's important for you to potentially hire a VA if you want to scale up your business. But if you think you're actually ready and you want to know how to hire a VA, check out the link below because I do have my mailing list where I'll be sending you my free full template on what I used to post for the job posting on onlinejobs.ph, which is also a link in below if you want to go ahead and check it out. There's so much great talent out there, and I have really focused on the Philippines, but there are other VAs out there, especially in India, Lebanon, or Latin America. So definitely check it out. Number 5, finding the right products. And in order to do that, you need the right tools. 3 of my favorite tools are ViroView, Oink, and Keepa. And let me go ahead and show you a brief overview of each one. So here's ViroView and their web app, and they have so much functionality as far as product research. They do have free version, but they also do have a paid version. And in their paid version, they have Product Finder, where there are all kinds of search functions here, and you can find pretty much whatever you'd like based off of these filters. And so that is pretty neat. You're able to filter by influencer video count. You can do it by revenue, the category, and so forth. I just wish that they were able to filter by creator connections as well, because that is a pretty huge factor as far as earning commissions. But there are other ways around that, especially with this other software here. So Keepa is mainly an Amazon seller tool, but a lot more Amazon influencers have started to use this tool. You can use this to drill down to specific categories and get huge data exports that you can at that point use to search into the Oink tool. And the Oink tool, as you know, is a must-have for all serious Amazon influencers. So Oink for influencers right over here. This has so much more functionality, and Rob, the creator of this tool, continues to release features almost seems like on a daily basis sometimes, but he is on top of it, loving his tool. And the way that I use these different tools together, they have so many different synergies that you can get exactly what you need. And so there are a few ways of going about using these tools. Is one, being able to acquire brand deals. So ViroView and Oink are very great tools for that. They're able to send messages. ViroView is a little bit more limited so that you can only send 20 messages a day. And I think that's on the Pro feature. For Oink, for their Pro feature, it almost seems like unlimited. If you run the agent Oink software or that feature, you can pretty much get unlimited messages if you keep running that tool over and over again throughout the day. Now, I want to share my full product sourcing strategy over here in this video, but this is just kind of like a brief overview of what tools I use and how critical it is to have product sourcing in your system workflow with your team or just as yourself to ensure that you have a constant source of products to continue to film and create content for. There you have it, the top 5 for successful Amazon influencers. And let me share that number 4, I think, is one of the most important ones, which is to find and build a team. More specifically, to find and hire a virtual assistant. I know right now you think that might be the last thing you want to do is invest money, but having an assistant has been my key to scaling my business the way that I have. I hired my first virtual assistant in August, hired my second one in November, and then I just hired 2 more last month. And so I really think this is a key strategy to continue to scale my business and to push it even further, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 a month. And so if you want to see and learn how to hire a VA and why to even continue to hire a VA and what they do for you, check out this video here. I'm going to share a little bit more. Thanks again for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.